Welcome back to the Glaze Studios oil painting tutorial. I'm Gomuti Sivasankaran. We are in class 28 of the large canvas painting Radha Krishna. Amazing. Yes. So this has been a long journey. Maybe coming to a close, not to this class. Few more classes to go, but we are nearly there. So let's quickly go over what we have done so far. We did layers 1, 2, 3 and 4, gradually learning how to turn a blank white large canvas into this, and learning how to build depth, dimensions, and also build some angles to it, and also enjoy with the colors, isn't it? So for people who have never done such a thing before, I think it would be really interesting to see that there are so many colors going in here. I have seen paintings in from Africa, also from African continent, and also from Mexico. Frida Kahlo, for example, uses all this bright, vibrant colors. It's very similar in that manner to look at all these nice colors, to work with these colors. And I hope you all have been enjoying this process also so far. We have put in a lot of effort, and now we continue to work on layer 5. Layer 5 is more into building those nuances. We did a lot of homework in layer 4. Layer 3 and 4 was, kind of building on the foundation that we laid in layer 1 and 2. So once we had built that foundation strong, it was easy for us to make minor changes as we go along. Also, at the same time, do that finesse in those places. So we are working on that. In some way, some of you might have also felt, it's just not layer 5. There's also layer 5 and 6. You're just coupling it, doubling it here and there. So yeah, you can also say that. And we have also discussed it many times that there's no end to the number of layers. You will be surprised what this could turn into if we worked few more layers on top of it and try to build the finesse. But we will, for the sake of understanding and for the sake of completion of this course, we will complete with layer 5, 5.5, and so on. Yes, so that was the recap, and right now we are continuing the work. Last class was this gold and gold. We are going to continue work on that gold, but not doing more of gold, but rather enhancing those bases that we did, the other colors that we did that are now hidden. We're going to just bring them out nicely. So today's colors are going to be basic. Yeah, I like coming back to the basic colors. The titanium white is of course going to be playing a game here, because we know that the pearls that we created are now hidden somewhere. But to the pearls that we are going to do, we need to also give some slight angle to it, the 3D impact to it. Yeah, just like the way we worked the light and dark for every single aspect, even every single pearl will have to have something like that. Meaning we need to do a slight bit of homework to those pearls, but not in every single pearl, but suggestively we can sporadically use it. It's about our intelligence also. Let's see. So I'm taking titanium white, loading a little bit onto my palette. Materials are almost the same, no big deal. I will stick to 0 and micro brush. I'm going to take a bit of Prussian blue mixed with burnt umber or something like that, and have it dilated a little bit with the oil. So I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here. So I have this titanium white ready, and I'm going to take a little bit of burnt umber here, Prussian blue, and load a little bit of it here. I think this is more than enough. I have too much of paint now in my hand. going to mix that in the micro brush and keep this ready. I don't think we need oils, maybe a bit, and that's it, and keep this ready. So we are going to juggle between two brushes, so be ready for that. Also, some tissue papers around will help to keep, wiping off the dirt or another color touching here and there and so on. So I'm going to use the zero brush and the micro brush. Zero brush for the white and the micro brush for the burnt umber mixed with the Prussian blue. Yeah, so it could look like grayish blue or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're just going to give a hint of it, and I'm going to show you what we are going to do. The way we are going to load is like this: to make one pearl and leave it there. Yeah, and then we'll have a tiny bit of this to work with. Yes, so we are ready with the brushes. So for now, I'm going to use only the zero brush to make those nice pearls. Remember, the gold is wet. Doesn't matter if you have waited for a week also to start the session, the gold could be possibly wet if you have used gold. If you have used only yellow ochre and primary yellow and a little bit of titanium white, then it could possibly be dry. Otherwise, it could be wet. So you might have to clean the brush. So I'm just, in my case, I can see that I need to clean the brush already. It's just 3 dots and I already see the need for cleaning the brush. So that's how fast it could get. I'm just filling it in one of those sections. Nicely. Okay, already taking too much of the color. So if I have to go back and use this, I am going to make a nice little suggestive curve around the pearl that I made. That's how I'm going to deal with it. So it's all very, subtle expressions, subtle things that you do. It's like, making the cake, and the rim of the cake is just, having that color, touching the color. So that was going to help you highlight, bring that color to the front. Otherwise, it gets just missed in or mixed too much in the noise of other colors there. So if you want to give it one more chance with the white, you can also do that. I can see in one or a couple of places I will need a little bit more white. So I'm going to do that. So put that in there. So that's the thing. So it's visible a little better because of the background, tiny background that you are trying to give with so you're doing the curve of the pearl, one of the curves, not the full circle of the pearl, one slight side of the curve with a darker tonality. That's what you're trying to do. Yeah. So I'm just going to fill in all the pearls first. We have small pearls, we have big pearls, so you take a call on how many pearls that you want to put. And where to put. Yes. We have the, from the previous sessions that we have done in the layer 4, we do have the pearl space, left over visible. In some places, maybe the highlights may not be required because there is already some darkness around there. Then it is helping the highlight, it's supporting the highlight even better. But in most of the cases, I can see, at least in my case, that I will need that darker tonality to be driven home, in some way, in that manner, represented, because there is so much of lighter colors here that it gets lost very easily. Okay, so I'm already loading so much, and I can see that, still it isn't up to the mark. And we also remember to leave the spaces for the crimson and the green. The crimson and green are already strong. The crimson, no, sorry, it's not crimson, it is the vermilion and the green. Vermilion and green are strong colors. They will take care of themselves. The white, the pearls can get, misplaced or underrepresented. So I'm just going to take care of it with this brush here, with the 0 micro brush, to do the nice background. Yeah. And the white goes around like this. Yes. In this case, I think for some cases you'll be able to make a stronger impact with the white. So if you have done it, and if you don't see the need of the background color tonality, it is fine, but I would still suggest that you give it a try with it. It does make it's a minor difference, but it does make a difference. I am working only on the pearls, and right now I'm working on the neck area. And already I see that I'm loading a lot of white here. We have this white pearls going here. Some of them are really brightly visible already. Some of them aren't. But you want to be sure how you want to represent them. Again, the shading also falls into the logic of where exactly. Like, for example, here I wouldn't do that because I want it to look dark, so it's okay. Then I will leave it like that on the sides of it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But the other places, maybe, yes, I will. Okay. So I think I finished this section with the white, and I'm going to move to my tiny little brush. Burnt umber and Prussian blue combination. So I'm just going to go and make those nice curves around. Yeah. In some places it's easy for me to create. In some places it is mixing with the white. So I'm just going to wipe off and keep it ready. Go on and do it really quick, really quick. Tiny, tiny suggestive notes, Sometimes it doesn't have to be a detailed curve. It's again a tiny part of the, like here, I can see that I'll just put a dot, and that dot against this dot is going to help in bringing the color up. Hmm? Right. Those dots are helping. Okay. Okay, and let's do it right beneath. Yeah. Right beneath. Okay. So that is enhancing that white, bringing the white up, the titanium white up, and I'm just going to do that here. Okay, I'm just going to go boldly close to his cheek and do that here, yeah. So this is taken care of. What about the neck? Just tip dots here. Okay. This is where I'm really happy. I'm able to see that. I don't know if you are. It's a minor detail where I can bring the camera up close to show you that. Can you see those nice little black lines there? That's how close it is. I can hold it close to show you how I am putting those dots close by. Yeah. Isn't that better? And when we bring it back here and up close, the overall effect of it is that it will help us highlight that pearl better. And here I'm going to go a little bolder with it because I want it to blend in with that gold a little bit and give that effect of darkness. Yes, I think we managed this part of the jewelry. We can use the micro brush for the earth green. So now I'm going to take earth green and go around the same locations where I put green and make sure that the, whatever smudged is filled in properly now. So we finish off this section properly. Huh? So earth green first. It's up to you. You can also start with vermilion. I'm doing the earth green. Now they are getting, using the tip of the brush and loading this nicely, ever so nicely. And this did not have earth green anymore. Okay, the earring did. I'm gonna do that. Yes. If it gets mixed with the white or the gold and gets lighter, you can go around it one more time to, make it look perfect. Let's do the green on the jewelry, the crown. Some of it is visible for me, so I'm able to see through. In your case, if you have accidentally hidden too much of it, hey, it gives you an opportunity to redesign. That's what I would say. But yeah, it's okay. And if you are following to the T on the jewelry from the reference, then you'd rather look at that logic. But I will suggest that you get creative as much as possible with this. I think I can see that it looks better now. I'm going to go with the vermilion right now. I don't have vermilion loaded in my palette. Need to take that. Got it. I'll take a bit of vermilion. I have it ready on my palette. I'm going to need a little more of it because I have used vermilion in many places. I'm going to need some more of it. Vermilion goes right here on the middle. If it gets mixed with the white and it becomes light, you can try to load it one more time. So you see that I have almost, finished the necklace part of it. I'm going back to the crown with the vermilion. I need to wipe off the brush. It's getting all other colors. So this is really loading versus, painting that we have been doing in many of these sessions. So just be aware of it. It's loading. And when you're loading, you need to be aware that it doesn't have too much of oil and we don't want it to flow around in the body of the canvas in the wrong places. So avoid extra oil when you are loading. This is a contrast to what we did when we did the face, and also we worked on the layer 5 on the face and body. I suggested that you take a little more of the linseed oil or medium. So these might be still wet if you are continuously working, and you don't want to spoil those spaces. So just be careful that you are taking only as much as needed. Okay. I think I have managed to complete this section. So his face, the neck and the earring, that is over. We need to go back to the pearls, because remember I added one more ornament in the previous session. Lucky us that we don't have anything here, so it's dry or next to dry, so we are able to build those pearls here. So 3 strings of pearls. Okay, 3 strings of pearls done. Remember, we need to, yes, we need to give that edge to these pearls with a little bit of burnt umber, whatever that you want to use to highlight. Burnt umber mixed with, I'm using burnt umber mixed with Prussian blue, but it's up to you. Any combination that you feel like is, apt. I'm going to give that curve there. Right, cool. So that happens. The one in between, I don't have to worry too much about. Let's say that it's fully covered, or some of it is just visible like that. That gives us the highlight, and it looks more to the just giving those curves an angle here. Yeah, they look better. I can add a little bit more of white boldly now that we have that contours defined. So the pearls are fully loaded now. Yes. So I'm ready for the pearls on the hand. Or do we do the face of Radha first? Yeah, that's too many pearls. And we haven't done any other color in her necklace or any jewelry. So that's going to be another fun part to work with. So let's move on to the pearls again. On her jewelry. Then we move back to her hands. Huh? So I'm just doing, these were little pearls and they were stretched out one next to each other. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill them in nicely like this. The moment I touch too much of gold, then I will go back and switch or wipe off. Yeah, I'm gonna wipe off the brush, take fresh white. Pearls in her crown. Okay. Where else in her crown? I think we are done with the crown. Let's move on to the necklace. So these are really heavily loaded areas. Otherwise, the hands and the foot are slightly tinier. Huh? But it looks like we are going to take almost this class for the jewelry again. Okay. Are the pearls visible enough? Check. I think it looks fair enough. I'm going to work on the pearls in his armband. So I'm moving this camera around a little bit. The pearls here. pearls again here. Okay, these pearls need a little bit of work. I'm going to take the white, load the white, and make those nice circles. Yeah, they are there. I think they are there. On this side, let's go back to the pearls here on yes, on this jewellery. Okay. Loading this. Bringing the camera down ever so lightly so you can see. Okay, I have loaded the pearls here. I think we are done with the pearls on the hands as well. So now let's do the angles for the pearls with the darker tonality and then work on other colors. So micro brush, burnt umber, Fusion blue, mixture loaded and ready. Where should we work on? Can we start with her first? Yes. Giving that angle. I'm just, so in this place where the hair is, I think there is an angle already created. So I'm not going to work on that. So I'm just looking for those places where it could be totally left over, and I'm just going to give that nice angle there. The dark really builds on and helps enhance that light there. Okay, here you go with this. I think it looks fair enough that we have created some effect of dark. With the little ones, I'm just going next to them, sort of, adding a black dot or this dark dot there, yeah. So for the earrings also, do the same on the side of the earring, underneath. That's the important part, yeah, that's the part where it's okay. I think I managed the earring as well. Let's go down to the necklace. Okay, tiny dark spots there. Gets tinier also when it comes to the smaller ones, so you don't even see that they exist, but then yeah, they are there. Yes. Okay, do we work on the hands as well? Let's come to this side of the hand. Right here. These pearls, I will work on the darker tonality underneath the pearls. That's where possibly the light isn't catching, yeah? Yes, I think I managed here. I'm going to move that side. There's a lot of movement, yeah? It is keeping us on our toes, this painting, isn't it? We already have darker tonalities here helping us, but we just want to enhance it a bit. Do you see that here? This one needs though. Good. Let's go ahead and work on the last, but not the least, the one on the top. I'm gonna give A little bit on the top. Yeah, right here. Yes, I think we managed that. Let's come to the hop to the hip area. Hip area coming. Oh, no, 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 no. That is so funny. Yes, we're still not done with the vermilion and earth green, isn't it? So I'm taking vermilion. I'm going to do the vermilion here. This jewellery missed some vermilion in my gold pursuit. This one doesn't have anything like that. It's just a pearl base. In her accessory, I was saying that I could have used something like that to give a taint of vermilion or such. I'm going to do that because we have really not worked on her jewellery, I suppose. So I'm just going to add a little bit of vermilion here on the center point. And maybe in the centroid here, I missed the gold. I want it to grow slightly bigger, so I'm going to take a little more. You play around with the colors and do something else if you want. And like I said, if you're following the ideas from any of the references, please continue to do so. But in principle, what we are trying to do is to just give a suggestive impact of the jewellery and not any detailed work. It's not a detailed realistic work at all. Just be sure on where you want to go with it now. Yes, and I would like to have a bit of it here. I think we have enough of that. I'm going to take earth green and use that here. I'm just looking for spots to build that color tonality somewhere. Yeah. Lightly here. I guess this is. She looks dressed up. Yeah. Yeah, they all look dressed up totally. Yes, let's do the earth green on his jewellery there. If I haven't shown you properly, then I'm moving the camera around. So it's just this. I think right now we can say this part of it is complete. This jewelry is complete. This is okay. We move back to this corner of the hand where he's wearing only pearls, where he is wearing a bit of a mixed jewelry here. So I'm just gonna give that earth green a touch and back to vermilion. I have done enough damage here. I can see with this color. So I'm just building them again. Yeah. Okay. So we are moving to the hip area now. We know the logic already. Let's do hers. It is going to be simple. It has its own challenges as well, but let's do that. So I'm going to take vermilion directly and go around and put it right in the middle. It will not sit. That's a challenge. It doesn't sit because it's a fully loaded gold there. So it won't sit there effectively. So to make it sit there, it's a challenge. That will be the challenge. Otherwise, it's a nice thing to work with. I'm going to make some green sit. It doesn't. That's the challenge. That's why I chose to show you this order. Because if we load this, I have tried this. This is how in fact, this is exactly how I work. If I'm doing it, without a video or something. But it takes more time because you will have to really be patient to make it sit there. So, because it's already, totally loaded. And we haven't allocated spaces for different, colors or different, stones there. That's why this takes a while to work with. One more try. Finally fits a little bit. This one sits also, yeah. I think it's almost there. Fair enough. I think this is fair enough. Let's do this part. White. Going to load a bit of titanium white, and I see that this section doesn't, need too much of highlight because it's supposed to be a darker tonality area. So I'm going to use white sporadically in sections where I think I miss, and move on to create a bit of that darkened effect. Yeah, looks fair enough here. Okay, good. I am going to take a bit of that burnt umber mixture and work a little bit creating the darkness. It is helping because we already built some darkness here. But I'm just suggesting it one more time in some of those sections. Deepening that close to the pearl area. Okay, and right now I'm going to move with the micro brush and do the vermilion. I'm going to need a little bit more of vermilion and earth green. Not too much, I think, because we don't have the need of it anywhere else. So I'm going to take a tad bit of it, refill my palette. vermilion. Yeah, maybe we'll use it for the next task in the next class. So I take a little more earth green. Also a little more. So let's work on the vermilion again. Filling that in those sections that I have damaged. If you have done a clean work, meaning, it's really micro in the way you would work. I have also mentioned the use of magnifying glass if you need in the list of things required. I have shown the use of it in some places, I think, but yeah, this also is another place where you could use if you feel the need of it. That is done with the vermilion. I will go working on the earth green. I think I managed fine here. This is done. Let's work on the jewelry on their foot. Step up and it is fine. Yes, you can see both the foot, I think, here. Yeah. So the foot has only pearls. Taking titanium white, loading the pearls. All right, doing that in this foot as well. Yes. Let's go back and take that burnt umber mixed Prussian blue micro brush. So we are able to do the nice fine marks there. Underneath those pearls, fine little touches. Could be a slight dot. We're nearly there with the jewellery's completion, so patience. Okay. That's the last coming there. Yes. Earth green that we made, we're going to use that micro brush and leave some traces of that angle in the costume that he is wearing, Krishna is wearing. Yeah, that lacks that angle because it's a little bit, what do you call, on a lighter side. So we want to have a little bit of that impression growing. So just blend it in a bit with micro brush. I think it's more than enough to just define that. Yeah? So it gives a nice touch there. Huh? Fantastic. We are And then I'm looking at, do we need this at all? Yes, we might a little bit in her costume as well, where, you want to show a little bit of that darkness. Because we turned it totally on a gray side, if we see. I'm just giving it that touch there. Yeah, little bit, so it's fine. We will use this on the peacock feather. So if we go back to the peacock feather, it has a lot of that green that we haven't done. We can use that, and then we'll make a stop. So I'm going back to the I'll take the micro brush, and we know that it goes around, isn't it? So I'm just going to go around. You want it to look dry. This is a place where you want it to look dry. You want the lines to appear, and you want the light green that we used in the previous to also show in between. So just go natural with it, with a slight curve around. Yeah. Look at that, and fill this space nicely with that green. If you need, you can take a tiny bit of linseed oil, but I would say try not to take too much. Let's stick to the natural color tonalities and build that nice hairlines of the peacock feather. So the colors that you have from the previous layer is also giving you that stroke, the liveliness. You can build on it, make it grow slightly bigger if you want. It's up to you. That's one. Because we have a lot of white, if we take a bit of primary yellow and load it again, we could load the center part of the peacock feather also very well. So let's do that. Just the way we loaded the paint on the jewelry, we're going to load that. So it's going to look like, there's something there. So loading that here. Okay, so that's loaded. Now that we have loaded it, we can go on seeing how we can enhance this green a little further. So I'm just taking some more strokes. This is totally wet for me. I need the help of my magic stick because I need to balance somewhere. So I'm using the stick to go on drawing some more hairlines. Multiplying those hairlines on the sides. Yes, it already looks good. I think I will need a little bit more of that blue, sky blue thing, which I will also load. But we can do it at a later stage as well when I use the blue for another purpose. So we are using the colors that we have. Maybe the vermilion and the yellow, can we do that? Because whatever colors we have, we can mix to make that cadmium orange sort of a thing. Or, reddish. And load again. Yeah. That nice? Yes, that's also loaded. So we have managed to use the colors that we already have in the palette to build a bit on the peacock feather. I think I will need a little more coat of the lighter blue as well. We will load that. Yes, let's summarize. So today's session was again working on the jewellery. Luckily, we did not need more of gold. What we had to do was maneuver through the humongous amount of gold that we loaded on the canvas and make sure that we have the pearls put in rightly in the place again, and also enhanced with a slight darker tonality there, and then also the vermilion and earth green colors to be put in. We saw different styles of the filling, and the way that I do in one go. We saw how challenging it could be, and we also managed to do a little bit on the feather, the peacock feather. So we have managed all that today. I think we are done with jewelry in a way, and the clothing also in a way. So we will continue the next class focusing on the background, not the background, but just the swing, the flowers in the swing, and so on. The swing's rope, yes, the swing's rope and the flowers in the swing that we will do, and let's see how far we reach with the background as well. Yes, so that's about it in today's class, and I hope you had enjoyed this class as much as I did making this one for you. We are, yes, nearly there. I can tell you we're nearly there, because we need to work a little bit on this the swing, and also a little bit on the background and giving the signature. Then we are nearly reaching there. Just before you want to start with on the swing, I want to tell you one thing, that if you feel, because we've been using paint in our hands, and we could have accidentally placed our hand here and there, and it might have some impression. So before you want to finish, this is a homework that you will have to do. In my case, I have checked it once that I don't have, except for in a couple of places I see where I can actually remove with a little bit of oil and earbud. I don't see any other smudges. But if you see more of them, the only way out will be to do the outer layer or the background one more time before you want to finish. Yes, then I would say that take a break between this class and the next class and do that finish nicely and let it dry, and then you can work on the flowers. Yeah, it could be possible that you did smudge it over here and there. We have a lot that we had covered also, so it is fair if you have done it. So you want to clean it up nicely. See if you can clean. If not cleaning, the option 2 will be repainting that section nicely. Yes, because we have to work a little bit on that background as well before we finish. Not too much. So Thank you very much for following. Do share your comments, feedback, concerns, pictures, questions. Write to me at support@theglazestudio.dk. Remember, you're also welcome to ask for a private call, a Zoom call or something. If you think you're completely way off, you explain a little bit, give a little bit of background on other things and also the picture. That will help me to understand where you are, and maybe it could be that you're doing much better than me. So it doesn't mean way off, doesn't necessarily mean bad. It could be better. Yeah, I want you all to be better than me. So yeah, with that note, congratulations on reaching this far. Let's meet up in the next session. Stay blessed, stay happy.